Yeah, I mean, I work with a lot of, I've helped a lot of union workers purchase homes, and some of them. There's a few on the contracting side that you see that they'll get in and they'll be with the same company for multiple years. Is it something similar with Ironworks, or
Yeah.
is it more contract based where you're moving job to job to job? I mean, you see
Um,
it a lot. Like electricians, especially, like we'll see them bounce more frequently from job to job to job. Um, Makes for a fun process when it comes to calculating income on my end, but I enjoy it. Those are the ones that are enjoyable for me to work with. But is that similar to Ironworks, or
yeah, I mean,
is
yeah,
that just unions as a whole?
yes to both, I would
Yeah,
say, because like those are true on both fronts. Because like it's kind of an experience like you're gonna get out of what you put into it. You know what I
right.
mean? Like I can choose to just like hop around if like I don't like the way somebody's doing business. I can be like, I'm out of here. Go back and sign up at the hall or whatever. But then there's also people that like make a point to stick with the same contractor. I always made a point to stick with the same contractor. It didn't work out for most of my career that way, but like um, later on it did. So getting established is difficult, because again, like you're making a reputation for yourself. There's a lot of nepotism. So a lot of these like small towns where everybody's an iron worker, everybody knows each other. You want to take care of whoever's nephew and keep the small town politics straight. Like I didn't play any of that shit. I'm here to work. I'm here to make money. And I learned pretty quick that my dynamic on a job site was I was either a guy that you really liked and I was great to have around, or I was a guy that you really didn't like. So there was really no in between for me. And honestly, I worked the most with people who had the same
Same
vibe.
mentality.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same mentality.
Is that why you went and started your own company?
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of the motivating factor. Yeah, when I I have partners, so it's not just me. It's not like I like dreamt this up and like did all this on my own. I have two partners who 100% deserve the same amount of credit, if not more. Because they play a tremendous role in everything that goes on. If you can imagine, starting a commercial construction company is like not an easy task. It's not like a
No.
small order. You know what I mean?
And you did this in 21,
Yeah, yeah. So my
right in the heart of COVID.
Yeah. How did this all
dude,
come about, man?
2021 was an insane year of my life. So I have two business partners. I have Chris, who is also a union iron worker, and then I have Max, who is honestly a childhood friend of mine. He's my best friend's older brother. I've known Max my whole life. Um, I love Max to death. Max is not a DIY, not a handy, not a construction oriented guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's the white collar to your guys'
He
blue
is
collar.
a business savvy individual, though.
Got it. Okay.
Chris, my partner Chris, is a guy who I got a job with as an apprentice and was like another turning point in my career. You know what I mean? Chris was another guy who like did it on his own, earned every inch, did it on his terms, did it his way. Like Chris is one of the most. I mean, I struggle to find a word to describe it because the dude is just like on a different level. I mean, he's like, we were talking about ball when I sat down, Pat, and you were talking about like the levels of playing baseball. It's like Chris was like a major leaguer compared
Really?
to a fucking high school baller, dude. I mean, he's a person that is just like you can pitch any part of construction to, and he will like come up with an answer, come up with a solution, find ways to do it. Chris kind of like really groomed me to be one, really good at my job, and two, to be a leader in it. I was a third-year apprentice working for Chris, got a job out of the hall, never knew Chris, never met him before, just like showed up and was a guy that like worked hard. And I think Chris liked that. And then fast forward, there was like an opportunity for a foreman job. And Chris gave that job to me as an apprentice, which is not well accepted most of the time. And they basically, like, there was kind of a fit with some guys on a job site. I was in charge of running those guys. I went to Chris and I was like, hey, man, these guys are like not really following the protocol. And he was like, okay, well, we'll handle that. Had like a powwow, and Chris is like, listen, Brian's the foreman out here now. You guys have a lot to say when I'm not here about it. If anybody has anything to say about it, we can talk about it right now. Other than that, get your shit and get to work. If he tells you to do something, go do it. I was like, damn. Like, and then you get like this other level of respect. And like, mind you, I don't really know Chris that well here. Like, you get another level of respect for people like have your back.
Mhm.
Like in a moment where like I don't have the answer to every problem here. This is like a brand new experience for me. I'm figuring a lot of this shit out as I go. And Chris was like, "Hey man, do you have any other problems? Have any questions? Like, let me know. Like, we'll figure it out." And like really, really took me under his wing, man. And I think really just because like I worked hard and had a good attitude. So like I tell Chris a lot. Like we have like kind of like a, you know, a heart to heart, I guess what you'd call it, but like moments where I'm like, dude, I really appreciate some of the shit you did for me. Like I'll tell him all the time, like, dude, I'm a really good iron worker because of like a lot of shit that you showed me. So Chris and I worked together for you know, on and off for like a lot of years.
So like you guys just kind of got like paired up on jobs.
He was
like,
my ironworker superintendent.
okay.
I got a job at the hall to go actually rehab the Eads Bridge.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did like all the rehab work on that. I did that. Like not just me. There's like
Yeah.
a shitload of ironworkers out there, but
Yeah.
like yeah. So I did the rehab work on that. Like all the support structure that the Metrolink like track is on. Like we put all that in. We built all that stuff.
Are you like hanging from things?
Frequently, yeah.
Yeah.
We do
Frequently?
a lot of we do a lot of stuff up high.
Yeah, I
We
was
do a lot
gonna
of
say.
stuff over water. We do you know, nobody wants to watch a carpenter work because that shit's lame.
Yeah.
But like if you see guys climbing a steel structure downtown,
With
you're gonna,
harnesses
you're
on
gonna be
and-
like, "Oh my gosh, what are they doing
The
up there?"
fuck?
Like,
No.
those are
Crazy
ironworkers.
bastards.
Yeah, there's definitely you know, a psychological aspect of ironwork, I think.
Yeah.
And it was another thing that was like, you know, obviously heights don't bother me. Being up high doesn't bother me. We do a lot of really dangerous shit. We do a lot of really sketchy stuff. But I remember the first time I had to like be up high, I had to have like an internal like conversation with myself, like, all right, man, like this is an opportunity to like get better.
Yeah.
Like this is an opportunity to like, this is for the money, you know what I mean? Like, just get up there and do it, you know what I mean? And like, you know, that was, I don't know, over a decade ago. And now it's just, you know,
Now it's just fucking every day. It's a
Yeah.
Tuesday.
yeah, you'd be up, you know, 400 plus feet sometimes, and you're like, wow, everybody looks like tiny ants from down here. Yeah, highest I've ever been. This is at the Phillips 66 refinery in Wood River. I was 416 feet, and I was hanging rigging for like we were gonna pull these big ass like steel plates up, and I had to like kind of climb out onto the structure, and I had like a 10-inch fume pipe. And that was like all I really had to walk on was the 10-inch pipe. So,
Whoa, fucking hands are sweating just thinking about this, dude.
you know, it's not for everybody. And it's like this cool thing where people, you know, you talk about ironwork and people like to hear about it, and I like to talk about it, man. I'm like, it's a badass job. People seem to think that like the job is just to go high, and then you just like, that's it. You hang out.
Just hang out up there.
Like, no, dude, we're swinging sledgehammers. We're welding brackets in. We're driving pins. We're sticking bolts. We're like using heavy pneumatic tools. Like, it doesn't just stop when you get up there.
yeah, that's when the work begins. That's just where the work
Yeah.
happens. Is you have to get up there
Yeah.
to do it.
Um,
Man,
it's not for everybody. We do, you know, like I said, Pat, I post a fair amount of ironwork material on social media. Like
Okay.
Zach sees some of it, and
Yeah.
I get a lot of reaction faces from Zach. A lot,
Yeah.
so.
you got pictures on there of you hanging from buildings
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we
Oh,
do. My River City Ironwork, we do, you know, we do a lot of bridge work. So, which is like everybody's favorite stuff. It's also probably like it's either your favorite stuff or it's the stuff you desire the least.
Mhm.
Why would it be your favorite stuff?
Man, it's unique. Like a lot of the bridges I work on are super old.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of that stuff is still held together with rivets, which really haven't been a thing since like the 50s.
Okay.
Like I said, Chris and I, when we worked together, years ago, we rehabbed the Eads Bridge. It was built in 1874.
Right. It's like the oldest
Like,
bridge in St. Louis, right?
It's like the
Or
oldest
bridge. It's like-
oldest river crossing bridge in the world, I think.
oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There was something significant about Eads.
You know, and then you nerd out. Like I'm kind of like a dork for like architecture and old buildings and stuff. Then you kind of like nerd out about the stuff you do. Like we service the MacArthur Bridge, which is a railroad bridge. It's just so if you go over Poplar Street, the Poplar Street Bridge, just south, like the big
Okay.
arch bridge right there,
Yeah.
that's the MacArthur Bridge. So if you see guys climbing on that, like that's us.
Okay.
And it was built in 1911.
Damn.
And like same thing, like like I've got some steel in my basement that has a Carnegie stamp on it.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's pretty
cool.
cool.
Like Carnegie steel hasn't been
Yeah.
around for over 100 years. You know?
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, that's
Like,
cool.
Well, it became
Yeah.
U.S. Steel. That's what my dad worked for. He with Granite City, then U.S. Steel. So yeah, I think was it Carnegie that became U.S. Steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but damn, that's fucking cool.
It's cool, man. I mean, we do some cool shit, and like I say frequently, man, I love what I do. I love being an iron worker.
Yeah, well, it's like, I mean, like you said, it's one of the most dangerous jobs in, like, I think you said in your thing is like top 5 most
Yeah.
dangerous jobs or something, right?
Frequently ranked like in the top 5. Structural steelwork is.
Have you ever like had any like crazy close calls, or like I'm sure you've probably had some.
Well, you're
like,
harnessed in, obviously, or no?
Sure, Pat.
Well,
No, yeah.
No,
Me, my guys, like we're OSHA compliant, so
Okay.
like yes, we are harnessed in. Does that mean that like I have not had accidents or close calls or been on jobs where there have been accidents? Those things do occur.
yeah.
I crushed my ring fingertip in 2016. I was in a man basket going up on a bridge, had my hand on the handrail, and like we had to really like kind of work our way up between the bridge girders. And you know, when you have a 80-foot boom, you got to like all the way boomed out. Like there's a lot of play, you know, in something that's that tall. And got pinched between the girder and the handrail and crushed my fingertip. It was like it was not fun. It was very undesirable.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was, you know, it's fine now. I instantly knew that this was not good. I remember taking I had, you know, leather gloves.
Yeah.
I took my leather glove off, and like when I did this, like just blood just came all over the ground from my fingertip. It was still fairly intact. It hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Went to the hospital or urgent care. They numbed the finger with a nerve blocker, ripped the fingernail off, cauterized underneath the fingernail, stitched the fingernail back on. I had a longitudinal break up to the first knuckle. Didn't require any surgery or anything like that. It was like a mostly okay injury, but
So is that the worst injury?
I herniated a disc in my back in 2016, which
that's a big one.
I can't prove directly that it happened at work, but I'm about 99% sure it happened at work. Yeah, I herniated a disc in my back. I was out of work for like 10 to 12 weeks. Had a lot of really, really, really bad nerve pain. They wanted me to I did those injections, you know, which thankfully they worked out. Yeah, they were talking about like seeing a surgeon to have the
shaved
disc shaved down.
Yeah,
and
my mother-in-law just had that done like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was 20, 25, 26 around there. I literally told the nurse practitioner, I was like, listen, I'm not even 30, like remove back surgery as an option. Like, I don't care what it takes, take time off, stretch, whatever, like remove that as an option, because we're just not going to do that. So other than that, I've been thankful. You know, construction is a dangerous job, and not everybody comes out unscathed all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jobs where people have been killed, jobs where people have died, jobs where people have been pretty fucked up. You have to accept it as
Possibility.
the possibility. So like, how do you prevent those things? Like, be compliant, be safe. Something doesn't look right, speak up about it. You know, if something needs corrected, correct it. You know, there's so many, like every time somebody I think gets hurt, it's very, very, very rare that it's like just a freak accident. You know what I mean? A freak accident is like when you're walking down the street and a slab of concrete falls on you. Like, that's a freak accident.
Mm-hmm.
Those things do occur in construction, but like most of the time it's because something is not right to begin with. We did the Eads Bridge job in 2016, July. They had a guy that got killed on that job. It wasn't an iron worker. And I don't want to like talk a lot to because I don't really want to like speak ill of like, you know, the people that are not with us any longer, but they had a painter that got killed, a towboat. We were working off of what they call safe span, which is like suspended scaffolding underneath the bridge. It like kind of has like a U shape to it. And they were sandblasting, and a boat collided with the safe span that he was on, killed him. Yeah, so we were there for that, and it like creates just like, you know,
what does that do to you mentally?
Well,
something like that?
Pat, at the time, the guy that got killed was the same age as me and had a daughter that was a year younger than mine. So for me in particular, it was something that I had a really hard time dealing with. Given he wasn't an iron worker. So like, I'm like, well, at least it's not like somebody that I know, so I have to hear about this all the time. But, you know, this is still somebody that like went to work, kissed his wife or girlfriend or whatever by, and like didn't come home. Like, it's not just exclusive to ironwork. Like, construction trades as a whole are fucking dangerous. you know, and it gets undercut a lot. I think it like this used to set me off so much, man, when people like badmouth blue collar people and, you know, talk about how like we're dumb construction workers and shit like that. And it's like, okay, like this guy didn't go home because of literally like this is one of those few instances where like this is not his fault. This is a freak accident, you know.
Because he was fixing a bridge so other people can go home.
Could go home.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then a tugboat runs into it. You know? So that happened on, it was July 16th, 2015. It was either the 16th or the 15th. I want to say it was a Thursday. I remember going home, like, could not stop thinking about it.
Oh, of
Could
course
not. I mean, I tried everything I could, like watch a movie, go for a walk, whatever. Could not stop thinking about it, man. They had OSHA come in. OSHA does like a big investigation, you know what I mean? Essentially finds the line haul boat at fault. The river stage was really high. They shouldn't have gone under the bridge, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I didn't dive into it a lot after that just because it's like kind of taxing, but it's 10 years later. I still think about it. And then I did a job so like when work gets slow, guys will do what they call booming out, where like, say there'll be like a really big project somewhere. Like I went to Southeast Iowa in 2014 to work on a fertilizer plant. It took like 7,000 construction workers to do.
Oh shit!
So like
it's a big job.
A project of that size, like the local unions can't man that job. Like we literally don't have enough members to, if we stopped every construction project in our jurisdiction and put everybody we have on it, we still wouldn't have enough people to man this job. So what they'll do is they'll have like a call list. And so guys will travel there and stay there, work on the job. And I was on a job there where a guy had a heart attack and died. But like same thing, like this isn't an accident. This isn't really job related, but like you're on the job with this person. And like it's the
Got
same
to meet
thing.
him. You may
Yeah,
hung
like
out
your
with him a little
paths
bit.
cross.
Yeah,
Like this person to some capacity influenced your day to some degree. And like same thing, like the guy left the house thinking he was going to come home, doesn't come home. And like, especially with me being out of town, I'm like surrounded by the same thing. Like we're all from out of town here. There's so many construction workers on this job. Like we're all from out of town, you know? And it's just like, man, like it takes you like step back from it. And you're like, wow, like tomorrow could be the last day. This could be the last project I ever work on. You know what I mean? And you've had some, you know, I've had close calls. Thankfully, like the finger crush was like probably the worst thing, but not everybody's lucky, man. And like there's a cost to things being, you know, forward progress has a cost sometimes.
Bro.
So like I will go to great lengths to defend blue collar work and blue collar people.